So Dana White revealed that Islam Makhachev would be facing Dustin Poirier at UFC 302, and I'm a bit iffy about this matchup, considering the fact that it wasn't that long ago where Dustin got knocked out to Justin Gaethje. That was like 2 fights ago, and yeah, Dustin did win his last fight against Benoit Saint Denis, but he's ranked number 11th, and that win doesn't justify a title shot if I'm being honest. And yeah, I'm aware everyone in the top 5 were mostly busy besides Dustin Poirier, but there was also Gamrot. He's ranked number 5 in the rankings, and he's on a 3-fight win streak, and I would argue that he deserved the title opportunity much more than Dustin Poirier. And I know a lot of people will disagree on this, but personally, I would like to see Gamrot versus Islam. And yeah, it would have been boring, but I don't know. I would love to see the grappling exchanges between the two, and I believe it would have been more competitive than Dustin versus Islam, because this fight between Dustin versus Islam is going to be very one-sided. But hey, I understand, it's all about the money for this company, and Dustin is more marketable than Gamrot, and at the end of the day, it's all about the big money fights, and if that wasn't the case, Bilal would have gotten his title shot against Leon Edwards by now. And I don't hate the idea, I just wouldn't have went that route, but I'm actually okay with it. The champion's duty is solely to fight the number 1 ranked contender. It's about facing the highest ranked opponent available. While Dustin might not be as deserving of a title shot since other contenders are busy, I'm fine with him getting that fight, even if the matchmaking seems a bit off. Ultimately, the fans benefit because we get more fights. With all that being said, this fight is going to be a very one-sided beating. Islam Makhachev literally has an easy stylistic matchup right in front of him, being Dustin Poirier, and Poirier is getting a sentimental last dance shot at the belt, and I hate to say it, but if he loses this, I think he's going to retire, since Dustin doesn't take losses pretty well from what I hear, and Islam's obviously taking it because it's an easy title defense, and a win over Dustin Poirier looks good for his legacy, and he's collecting pay-per-view points, so overall, I can see why he's taking it. Anywho, Islam is going to dominate Dustin Poirier in the grappling and probably submit him in the first or second round, and look, I'm aware that Dustin survived the grappling / wrestling of Benoit Saint Denis, but he was getting out grappled, and let's just be real, the only reason why Dustin won that fight is frankly because Benoit is sloppy on the feet and the dude had a staph infection. And Islam, on the other hand, is a better wrestler. He's patient when he takes you down, and he will wait for his opportunity to put submissions on Dustin. He doesn't really throw that much ground and pound, but I do see him controlling Dustin, especially when they're on the cage. Islam is also very defensively sound, and it's hard to hit that dude clean, since I would argue with anyone that Islam is very underrated when it comes to his counter-striking. We've seen what he did to Charles, and we've seen how competitive he is on the feet against Alex in their first fight and their second fight, and it would not surprise me at all if somehow Islam knocked out Dustin on the feet, since I believe Dustin will have a hard time getting close since he's a plotter and his footwork isn't the greatest, so I can realistically see Islam tearing up the body and the legs of Dustin. Now, can Dustin catch Islam? Yeah, it's quite possible, but I doubt it. I just don't really see it. I don't think Dustin will be able to close the distance, and if somehow he did, I just see Islam taking Dustin down. And if somehow Dustin was able to neutralize the grappling, which I doubt, the fear of the takedown in general is going to get Dustin more open on the feet. Islam is going to level change and land a bomb to Dustin, man. Islam's jab is going to make Dustin lean away from it, and is going to expose his legs to get yet again taken down. It's going to be one-sided, guys. Dustin's takedown defense is almost like non-existence, and if this dude goes for a guillotine, then damn, he is screwed. He's going to get himself in a worse situation, so I'm praying that this dude doesn't go for it. Since I'm a fan of Dustin, the fight is probably going to be copy and paste of the Khabib fight, but to be fair, Khabib was more aggressive and reckless. Like Islam, on the other hand, is not reckless. He's more calculated, he's more composed and patient, and he waits in the outside. He's going to make Dustin to force to engage with him, and this is going to leave Dustin open to counters or open to get taken down. Islam is good in the back foot, man, and he could potentially give Dustin some problems. Like, no disrespect to Dustin, he's a legend of the sport, but stylistically, I just don't see how Dustin wins, man. It's a nightmare matchup, and this is probably going to be Dustin's last fight in his career. You see, if you go back to Dustin's loss to Justin, he began reevaluating his career and contemplating retirement. He even sought therapy during that period. Now, facing Islam for his third title shot opportunity, a loss would undoubtedly be devastating for him. In fact, I believe it might mark the end of his career. Look, at the end of the day, this fight is a filler fight for Islam. He just wanted to add Dustin's name in the list, And for Dustin Poirier, this is probably it. He's putting all his chips down for this. So either way, I'm looking forward to this fight. And I'm going with Islam to win by a second round rear naked choke. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys on my next one.